Good morning! I think I need some snickerdoodles to eat for breakfast. Yeah. Someone won't stop sleeping, but I won't tell you who.
Hey, why are you so sleepy?
Anyone want her? She sleeps all day. That's all she does. And unfortunately looks cute. My mom just scooped up the dead snake that was in the corner and threw it over the fence, and it had been sitting there 4 days at least in the Florida sun, and it looked like somebody had stabbed it or cut it or something. It wasn't like in 2 pieces, but it had a hole in it that was oozing blood when she picked it up. And let's just say it smelled pretty strongly. Yeah. Well, it's a good thing we didn't leave it there, so thank you, Mom, for taking care of that. Because a decomposing snake in the very corner of our yard would not have been too pleasant. I had something else to say, and I forgot it, but that's pretty normal. Oh yeah, so I picked up Cry to Heaven again. I really hadn't been reading it because my grandmother was here and I didn't want to just read. I mean, I did want to read, and then it was partially because my grandmother was here and partially because it was really hard for me to get into this book because I feel like Anne Rice's writing, I have this problem, love-hate thing with it because I love her characters and what she does with them, but I don't like the way she writes. I don't like it. It's a lot of telling and not a lot of showing, and that's a very bad thing for me. But yet I still like her characters and gradually the plot. So I'm hoping, because I'm assuming there's part 3, 3 parts of this book. It's split into 3 parts, and I just hit part 2, which is about 100 pages into the book. So I'm hoping it's just that first 100 pages that really sucked, and then it's gonna pick up the pace and be more showing as opposed to telling. Like, all the telling was setting up for the showing. I mean, that's not a good way to write, but I'm hopeful that it gets better. Because again, I like her characters and I like the detail. No, I don't like the details. I like her big picture, but I don't like her details. Something like that. I don't know. It's really hard to describe. So I'm still reading. Reading. Boil! Boil! So, I hate waiting for water to boil. That is all. So it's been a while, and I'm lighting some incense and continuing to read Cry to Heaven, which I was just talking to some people on Twitter, including Tiffany Rice, who loves this book, and I was just like, I really love her characters. Well, at least 2 of them. One I really love and feel all my passion for, and the other is, you know, sympathetic. And that's really it. And I hate her writing, actually. And I keep wanting to yell, and I kind of am yelling at this book, and it's a lot of telling and not showing, like I said before, and it's not really getting better. But I'm still reading it because I still want to know what happens. And so I was discussing this with a couple people on Twitter, and it's the fact that she likes ideas. Anne Rice writes ideas well, but she doesn't execute them well. So it's like she has this idea, I want these 2 people to be like this and to meet under these circumstances and have, you know, castrated singers and stuff like this, and write about that. And the idea is brilliant, but her execution, her writing style, it's painful and not in a good way. Yeah, Anne Rice's style bugs the crap out of me. She doesn't write very well. She writes ideas well, but she doesn't actually write technically well. It's very frustrating. I'm gonna continue reading and hopefully slugging through sluggishly. Words. Alright, good night.